So guys, this is my AP Racing R32, R33, R34 GTR brake kit that I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the full install. What's cool about this kit, if you guys are looking at doing an upgrade for your R32, R33, R34 GTR chassis or Skyline chassis, is that my kit was developed around the 370Z rotors, which is the same rotors used on the Q50, Q60 sport brakes, which is also a Skyline in Japan. So that keeps the heritage of the Skyline and the GTR in my kit, but allows you the flexibility of cost-effective consumables. So let's get into it. If you guys are interested in my AP Racing GTR brake kit, I will have it linked in the description down below. Before we get into today's install, we got to go all the way back to the very beginning. So we had all this stuff designed over in the UK thanks to SuperTech Racing. Eunice partnered up with me and we collaborated to create this kit. So let's go ahead and open up the miniature pallet that we had built, which was air freighted over from the UK to the US. We're gonna unbox everything, get a quick look at it, and then we'll dive right into the install, guys. So stay with me, let's get into it. I'm super excited to show this project that I've been working on for the last 18 months. This is the AP Racing direct bolt-on big brake upgrade for the R32, R33, R34 Nissan Skylines. Beautiful machine work, look very nice. The rear caliper is of my own design, so you can't buy this anywhere else. This is made specifically for our application. But look how good these look, guys. These brackets are beautiful. They're our design. Everything's custom made. We've got high tensile strength bolt hardware, which has a tensile strength rating of 12.9. So these are the smaller rear brackets that we engineered, designed. These are all CAD design. They're made out of 7075 Aerospace grade aluminum, so they're very high quality. This almost has anywhere from like 1.5 to 2 times the strength over just a base grade aluminum. We designed the most robust, strongest, safest bracket that is going to safely mount and hold these calipers to your GTR or your Skyline. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how my new brackets are gonna line up and if I have to do any additional trimming. This is the front, flat side to the front. So the bottom lines up, but we gotta trim this out right here. Now we can get our bracket on, slide our hardware in. Got your lock washer on the back. Now make sure you guys use either a little bit of anti-seize grease or some copper grease before you install this stainless hardware into the aluminum brackets, because the two different type of metals can corrode and you don't want to get them basically stuck in a position. So just do that, you'll be good to go. So here's a good look at the bracket, guys. It fits fantastic. A little bit of trimming. This is kind of what you can see how it would need to be trimmed. I had this trimmed down before for the old other brake kit that I installed. So this is kind of what it will look like. Throw a little paint on there just to keep it from rusting. Hardware and everything fits good, looks nice, fits perfectly. Threads go all the way through to the other side, so you got maximum support. Super robust, rigid, and strong. Gonna get our hardware tightened up. Holy crap, look how good that looks. It looks so nice, so clean, perfect fitment. And what we spent a lot of time and money on researching was to make sure that the pads are perfectly in line. Pad position, rotor position, everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. It's not sitting too high, it's not sitting too low, it's sitting right in place. It's perfectly centered, and it's just going to ensure that it's going to give you the highest level of performance that you guys would expect. But holy crap, guys, I am so excited. Those brakes look so good. The red, I think, is the right color for the silver GTR. I think it pops. It looks so good. I couldn't be happier. 18 months and thousands of dollars. I don't even want to talk about how much I spent to just get to this point. But from here, we'll scale up. So let's do a little trimming on the rear dust shield, and we can install the rear brakes. Okay, so this is the section we had to slightly trim here and here, and then the dust shield, which was trimmed from before, which I'll overlay some video to fit the bigger rotor. Let's get everything on. Moment of truth, guys. Brackets are going on for the rear. When you install it, the Speed Performance Lab logo is going to go inside, and this outer beveled edge will face out. And you can see kind of the machine nubs here. These are going to go against the knuckle or the hub. So here's a good up close look for you guys, so you can see everything fits to perfect spec once you get a little bit of trimming done on the dust shield. There's no modification done. You literally just bolt this up to your car and you're good to go. It looks so freaking good. I wanted to give you guys a look kind of inside so you can see the tolerances of all the fitment before I put the rotor on, and everything is spot on. Wow, guys, look how freaking awesome that looks. I'm so excited. I love the bright red calipers against the gray. And I couldn't be happier. Fitment is absolutely incredible for front and rear. Everything directly bolts on. Like I said, just a little bit of trimming of the dust shield. But look how good that looks. And it's nice to have the option of a big brake kit that has an OEM rotor. If you guys want to have cost-effective consumables, this is by no means an inexpensive brake kit. It's basically, you can kind of build it to your own spec. So I have a set of 2-piece floating discs that I'm having made for myself. They're actually being shipped to me right now. And so if you guys want to get a set of those later, I will offer those. But for now, to launch the kit, you can basically buy OEM rotors from Nissan, any local Nissan dealership, and you can buy rotors for the front and rear for 400 bucks. My kit's gonna include the front and rear calipers, the caliper adapters, the brackets, all the hardware. And also what's cool with this, since the 370Z and the Infiniti Q50, Q60s are such popular platforms, there's heavy aftermarket support for factory size rotors. So you can get something like DBA or something from another brand that would be kind of a performance cost-effective rotor as well, which makes this kit a very good option for an enthusiast. And all the hardware that I have, this is high tensile strength. So like I said, it's a 12.9 rating. Most manufacturers, stuff like OEM stuff, for their tensile strength is around like an 8.9 or 9. So this is definitely stronger. It's zinc coated, so it also will be, it'll hold up good to rust and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get the brake lines into position. Remove this little plastic cap. Let's check the brake line clearance. Perfect, everything's looking good to me. Look at this fitment, guys. You can see how my bracket, everything lines up perfectly, everything mounts. Take a quick peek with you guys at the brake lines. See how we got all of our copper crush washers in there. Line's gonna go up through here. Make sure you got enough space between the caliper, or between the caliper and the brake line. So you can kind of move these around. And then this one I kind of bent down. I bent it this direction, kind of forward, to just help divert it around the knuckle extension. And then I just have the brake line connected up top here. It's not connected to the actual car because the engine is still being built. So you can see how the P-clips secure everything. It's nice, intact, nice and away from everything, not gonna touch anything. Should look something like that. Look at the rear caliper fitment is perfect to my brackets. Look at the precision fitment, how close everything is. And it's gonna be a direct bolt on. You guys don't have to modify anything except for the dust shields. So we got options for brake lines. I'm in the process of developing my own set. So I'll have different links in the description down below for lines that will kind of get you guys started, because I'm in the early stages of starting this company, starting this business. It's Speed Performance Lab. And there's a history to that. The old shop that I used to do all my my WRX tuning, they had a bunch of GTRs back in like the early 2000s. They had the 3 Motor X cars, the R32, 33, 34. The name of their shop was Garage SPL, or Garage Speed Performance Lab. And that's where I got the inspiration for my company, because that had a big impact on me back in the original car tuning scene when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. But look at the caliper clearance, guys. Decent amount of space. I can get a full finger between the caliper and the LMGT4. So plenty of space. And if you look at the distance from the wheel to the caliper, this is with no spacers, this is just directly bolted on. You got more than a finger of space there. And here's a good look at the rear for you guys. See how nice the rear fits. Plenty of space, plenty of clearance. Look how good, I think the red calipers look awesome, especially with the Nismo, the red and the Nismo wheel. Definitely stands out on the car. But yeah, I mean, look at that distance. You've got several inches in the back. Fits no problem. Plenty of space between the caliper and the wheel itself. I'd like to give a huge shout out to SuperTech Racing, to the owner over there, Eunice. Thank you so much for co-developing this brake kit with me and allowing me to partner with your company. Your 13 years of knowledge and experience basically all went into the development of my kit and helped me bring it to market. So thank you so much. If you guys want to go like R35 GTR brake kit, he does offer that. He was one of the first companies, I think back in like 2013, that started making the original brackets and adapters. If you guys want to go all out and go big, you can. For me, this is the price point that I wanted to be at for myself. And I thought that that's where kind of the need was in the community for a big brake kit. So the stock brakes on the R32 are around 11.8 inches in the front and 11.7 in the rear. So first thing a lot of people will do is think, okay, well, let's get some of the Brembos from either the R33 or R34. Those are still only like 12.8 inches. I'll put the sizes up on the screen. And if you look at some posts and listings on eBay, they run like around 4 grand. That's right around the same price I'm selling these, a little bit less than 4 grand for the front and rear for my setup. Then you got to buy rotors, so you're looking around like just a little over 4,000. So similar price to Brembo brake kit from a 33 or 34, but those brake kits are like 25 to 30 years old. They're still old technology. They're worn out. They probably need to be rebuilt. So once you factor in all that stuff into it versus just buying a newer style brake caliper from AP Racing, this is the AP Racing 4-piston Radical brake kit for the front, and this is a 14-inch rotor. So that's definitely filling out this wheel area. It looks a heck of a lot more aggressive. It's brand new technology. It's lighter, it's more compact, and having that extra rotor size is going to allow you to have more mass of material in there. It's 14-inch versus 12.8. It's also 32 millimeters thick versus 30 on the R33 and R34 Brembos. So they're going to take more heat and be less susceptible to brake fade, which is nice. And then what's cool about these is they're based around a 370Z Sport rotor. And so that means you can buy a rotor, like per rotor, basically per corner is right around $100. So all 4 rotors for $400 versus like if you buy Skyline R33, R34 rotors or R32 rotors, depending on which brand you get. They're pretty expensive. So I designed this to give you the best performance and kind of the most cost-effective consumables. I wanted to have affordable pads and affordable rotors. You could go to the track for the weekend, you could beat up on your rotors, you could replace them, and you know they're not gonna break the bank or break the budget. That's gonna wrap up today's install video, guys. I hope this video helped you. I wanted to be as transparent and show you guys everything and in close detail exactly what you can expect if you guys decide to buy this brake kit and install it on your car. So I hope this guide helped you. Leave me some comments down below if you want to know something else or if you want to see something more. But with the other video that I did, the first install, we basically compared the Akibono. If you guys have the Akibono kit and you want to upgrade to AP Racing, the brake lines you have on there will just basically plug right into the AP Racing. They're all compatible. The Z1 Motorsport lines, those ones work as well. I'll have more information coming on brake line options later on. I'm very excited for this kit because when you're going 150 miles an hour and you want to stop, I think this is going to do that, and it's going to do a hell of a lot better than the stock brakes, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, my brake kit is down below. I'll have that linked in the description, as well as SuperTech Racing if you want to check out their R35 kit. But stay tuned, I've got more videos coming. Next video will be comparing the weight of the Akibono and like the sizes, and I'll do some kind of fitment and stuff on the car to show how the AP Racing can fit with a smaller wheel. So stay tuned for that. From there, I'll probably debut my two-piece rotors. And then from there, I'll do a final video of like some brake cooling guides so we can kind of like push the performance of the brake cooling with like a Nismo 400R style cooling ducts that go to the rotors. So stay tuned for that, guys. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye.